Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Damron. We're playing the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy. We've been working our way, getting all the relics and the boxes and all the achievements. We're in Crash Bandicoot 2, the fourth mission, The Pits. So the platinum time on this one is 1:0.34 seconds. It's pretty quick. You can see I clocked in under 2. I think I ended up running a little bit faster here. But as always, I'll show you the platinum relic run, and then we'll break it down. Alright, so we're coming in at 56.89 seconds. That's going to give you a little under 4 seconds of leeway. So let's go ahead and break this down. As I mentioned in previous videos, especially in the first mission where we covered a lot of details, you definitely want to have the speed shoes, alright? You're going to get the speed shoes by beating the game. So I do recommend beating the game, getting all the normal crystals in the game before you do all of these relic runs so that we have the speed shoes. And when you have the speed shoes, you can just press right trigger and it's going to make you run a little bit faster. The first section of this level is pretty straightforward. You can see we're just kind of running. I do a lot of slide jumping because it makes you go a little bit faster. We want to slide jump, immediately spin to hit that 3-second box. So that's basically slide into a jump and immediately press the spin at the first part of your jump. You'll get a little extra height, you'll break that 3-second box, and then you'll be able to come down and immediately spin on the mask. Definitely try to get the mask because there's a lot of hazards here that can take your life away. They're not necessary. You can get through this without being hit at all, but it is always nice to have a little bit of leeway with the mask, and knowing that you can get hit won't ruin your run. Right here, you should be able to do one spin and blow up both of those boxes and keep your momentum going through here. So we're going to keep sliding. I definitely like sliding a lot. It's going to pick up the pace just a little bit. If you can get good at sliding and jumping, then you'll be able to get a little bit faster. On these big gaps, we want to do these slide, spin, jump. So that's again where you slide and then you jump and then you hit the spin button right at the beginning of your jump, and you're going to get extra height, and you should be able to clear these gaps pretty comfortably. So we want to get used to that. We're going to do this technique on a lot of the levels in our speed runs, that kind of slide, jump, spin. So it's just slide, jump, spin is what you want to press, and it should launch you the extra height across those gaps. So it's not too bad. So you can see we landed at 56.89 seconds. That's going to give you about 4 seconds of leeway. Again, if you're just trying to get the achievements, you only need to get under 1.11 seconds, 1 minute and 11 seconds. So you got a lot of leeway if you're just trying to get the achievements and you want to get the gold relics. But as always, I want to show you the platinum relics as well. So there's only one gem on this level, and that's for grabbing all the boxes. There's 53 boxes on this mission. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing is, if you played this level and you don't have the boxes, you probably didn't backtrack on the area where it forks. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. With these TNT boxes, those are going to explode if you have the invincibility active. If not, you do need to jump on them and then move on. I do like to just make sure you've beaten the game and you've done your relic runs, because generally that's going to give you enough of the pre-start mask to have like the 2. So the game tracks how many times you've died on a level. The more times you died, the more likely it is to spawn you with a better mask when you start the mission. So if you've been doing the relic runs and you beat the game, a lot of the times that you go for these box runs, you'll start with 2 right off the rip, and that's going to help us a lot because we're just running past a lot of these these boxes. So here we are. This is one of the areas where we need to start thinking about, okay, there's some invisible boxes. What are those and how do I get them? And some of them are nitro, but this is where the fork split. Okay, so now when you get to the other side, we need to turn around and go back the way that we came. I do find it a lot easier to go backwards on the left side, so I like to go to the right, get those boxes, and on the left side I come back, because on the right there's a lot of those turtles with the saw blades that cause your problems, and on this side you can see those eagles actually spawn behind me as I'm going this way, so I don't actually have to deal with them. So I think it's easier to go forward on the right, backward on the left. See, I don't have to deal with those kind of eagle birds in the background there. So just take your time. You should have a few masks to protect you against some of these armadillos or anything that you run into, but just take your time, just walk forward a little bit and then wait, and that'll give you the time you need to see if there's kind of a gap coming up that you need to run and jump over. So you can see there's a few gap here, but I'm just kind of walking slowly, and then make your way all the way, and now we can go back the way we came to the right hand side, and then you'll notice that we hit that exclamation box on the left hand side as well. So those two invisible boxes that we saw earlier on the right hand side now are going to be available for us to break as we come into this section. So as soon as we come in here, now you'll see those invisible boxes are no longer invisible. So those are the only tricky boxes really on this level that you may have missed. Okay, so make sure you kind of hit both of those paths and you should grab all of those. Now going forward here, again, we can just kind of, you could do the speed run technique right there. I think I tried to do it and jump over this gap, so you don't really have to sit down here and kill these moles. You know, don't think that you have to do that. And then we're going to hit our question marks bonus area. There are 23 boxes in here. This is our first time that we're seeing these steel crate boxes. You do need to do a kind of body slam on those to break them. Those do count towards your box total, so be sure that you're hitting the crates that even have the kind of metal brace on them. There's two invisible boxes right there. This is important. When we get to this part, we want to jump to the middle box and jump all the way across. Save the first and the third box because we need to make our way back after we hit this exclamation mark. So we hit that. Now we're going to go back and we can jump on the boxes to make it all the way across. So now that we've done that, you saw the middle box exploded because if you hit those apple boxes, normally it takes 5 jumps, but if you hit it and there's a long delay between your next one, it'll break on 1 jump. So it hit the middle one to go across. On the way back, we can use all 3, and then when we go back again, we can use 1 or 2 of those to make it across. In theory, you could just slide jump if you wanted to. If you happen to broke them all, no big deal. But after this section, you should be at 51 of 53 boxes. So there's only 2 more, and they're right here, right in front of this gap, and then right after this gap. So after you grab all of that, that's going to be all 53 boxes. Now you just need to finish the level, and you'll get your clear gem. All right, so that's the 4th mission off the board, the pits. Not too bad. The platinum relic's a little bit challenging to get, but other than that, it's not too bad. So we've gotten all the relics and all the gems in the first 4 levels. So hope you guys are enjoying this as always, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.